Hello, how are you? Good to connect with you today. I'm super excited to connect with y'all and talk about something that is super near and dear to my heart, the number one thing to up-level your life and your business. These topics here that I love to talk about are super important. They're super necessary for you to generate success in your life and in your business. And absolutely love connecting with you live. So let me know your name. Let me know where you're scoping in from. I'd love to say hi. Let me know any questions that you have about up-leveling, about breaking through your glass ceilings, about breakthroughs that you would love to have, blocks that you're currently experiencing either around money, relationships, success, business, life, children, being a parent, any of that. Let me know in the comments what's going on for you. I'm not seeing any comments and I'm not seeing any hearts. So I don't know if Periscope's giving me some issues again, and maybe I should just like restart here. I'm seeing, a bunch of you sign on. Your eyebrows look great. Thank you, Cecily. So excited to connect with you and see you here, love. It was super, super funny. I was talking to Cecily the other day about someone making a comment about my eyebrows, that they didn't really like them, but I think they're fabulous. So thanks, love. Okay, so number one thing for up-leveling your business, up-leveling in your life, generating great amount of success in your life and in your business. Listen, I talk a lot about life and business because I think they're both super important, right? And we're just gonna block some people here. Awesome. So I wanted to share 3 stories with you. Thank you for these hearts, loves. I wanted to share 3 stories with you. 2 of them are from clients. One of them is from a coach colleague of mine that I wanted to share with you. And I'm going to get into much more detail about the specifics of what I'm talking about here, of like up-leveling your life and all of that. Okay, so the first story that I wanted to talk to you about was a client that I was speaking with, all about relationships. This client was expressing to me that they really desired that relationship, that dream relationship in their life, right? And they keep dating these people, and these people are not ideal. And this person, this client that I was speaking to, is basically like saying, like, they're basically masking their true nature. They're basically saying to themselves, like, what is really important to them isn't really important to them. They're not giving themselves permission to like really go for it and really be authentic to themselves. And basically they're entering into unions. They're entering into relationships from this kind of fear-based place. Thank you so much for these hearts. And they're attracting a not so ideal mate, right? And then they're miserable and they're really unhappy and they're not really liking the way that things are going in their life. And it, maybe it's affecting their business and so on. But at the end of the day, what this person is really craving most is love and connection, right? You've probably maybe heard me talk about that our greatest need is love and connection, our greatest emotional need, right? And so basically talking to this client, this is what I said to this client. Listen, you give. You don't just get. You don't just get into a union and expect this person to be everything, to be the be-all and end-all of what it is that you're searching for, what it is that you're seeking for, what it is that you long for in a relationship. You don't just enter into a union and just expect this person to be everything that you want them to be. And this is how you transform that. Basically, you enter into the union the way that you desire to enter into the union, the way that you desire this person to show up. You show up in that way, and you give everything that you possibly can give to this person, everything that you desire to receive in that way. You give that to that person, and the other person enters that union with you, and they meet you halfway, and they give you everything that they desire, everything that they connect with you on, and everything that you desire, and the two of you are just giving. You're just giving, right? We don't give to get, okay? I really want to point that out here. This isn't about you just going, okay, I'm just going to listen to Holly and I'm just going to give whatever, and then I'm going to receive, then I'm going to get. It doesn't work that way, okay? If you truly want to show up and have an awesome relationship, have a passionate relationship where everything is just running the way that you want it to run and it feels amazing and your needs are being met, then you, my love, need to meet your own needs first, okay? So when you enter into a union and you enter into that way, your needs are going to be met. You're going to feel love and connection. And the big thing here, listen, I've been studying psychology and spirituality for like 13 years. And this is one big thing that I want to share with you today that I've learned over the last 13 years is that people are seeking fulfillment. People are craving to feel filled up and fulfilled, okay? And so if you're desiring to enter into a business situation or enter into a relationship, man, woman, doesn't matter. If you're thinking about having children, it doesn't matter. We genuinely want to feel fulfilled. We want to feel happy, right? And so by you entering into a union and expecting this person to make you happy or expecting this business transaction to make you happy, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to feel too happy. Why? Because you aren't happy. So when you enter into a union, you enter into it in the state that you desire to receive, the state that you desire to be in. You enter into a transaction in that way. Watch what happens, okay? The second story is all about health. So first story, all about love, relationships. Second story with a client, actually this one was a colleague of mine. She was sharing a story with me. It's all about health, okay? So she was basically sharing with me that she was about 20 pounds over her weight. And, oh, thank you, love. What is your name? D. Mellum? Where are you scoping in from? I'm loving the purple hearts. Kind of matches my dress right now. Okay, so the second story here is Scottsdale. Awesome. I've never been there. It's one place I definitely want to go. I've heard some awesome things about it. Super warm there. I heard the golfing there is really good. I'm assuming Scottsdale, Arizona. Okay, so second story that I wanted to share with you, all about health. Okay, so my colleague was telling me this situation like a couple years ago where she was like 20 pounds overweight. She was feeling like really down on herself. She wasn't really like loving the way that things were going for her. She was feeling really yucky, really tired, kind of burnt out, overwhelmed, and she just wasn't really liking her body. She didn't feel really great in her body. So she stopped and she journaled about this experience, and she was thinking about and pondering on and really asking herself the question of like, what is it that I need to do to feel great about my body? And what she was doing is every single morning she was stepping on the scale and she was like hating life, right? And it was like she used the scale as like a measurement. No pun intended. She uses the scale as like a measurement to gauge her happiness, to gauge how she felt within her body. And she realized that that was actually detriment to her health and fitness and wellness. And so she sat back and she thought about it a little bit more, and she was like, what do I really need right now? What does my body really need right now? Basically came to the realization that her body needed love. Her body needed to be appreciated. And so she started thinking about, what is she so grateful for her body for? She's so grateful that her heart beats every single day, that her lungs are pumping in air in and out of her. And she started realizing, like, my body doesn't get a break. My body doesn't stop. My body doesn't get to go to sleep at night. It's constantly going. And so she came to the realization, honey, leave that alone, please. Leave it. Don't touch it, okay? Leave it alone. Sorry, I got my daughter here with me. School is out, so we're working while we're being a mom here, all right? So she started realizing, she's like, I gotta pay more attention to my body and I gotta feel really grateful. So she started feeling grateful about all the things that her body was doing for her. And lo and behold, she started shedding pounds. So the more she spent on focusing on what was good about her body, she was happy. I asked you not to touch that, please. It's dangerous. Go sit down over there.
No.
Yeah, I don't want you to cut yourself, so please go sit down.
I'm fine.
Come on. Mommy's helping people right now. Can you help Mommy help these people? Please? Appreciate it. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, so she started shedding pounds, right? Like, she started making great waves and changes within herself because she changed her focus. Instead of getting on the scale every morning and like hating the number that she was seeing, she was starting to feel grateful about her body, and she actually started shedding pounds. Okay, third story that I want to tell you about is with another client. And this client, this story is all about wealth. It's all about money. So this client is working on her business. She's like, doing discovery calls. She's getting on the phone. She's talking to people, but there's a serious block that's going on for her right now. And the block is and zero judgment around what this person is going through, because we've all been there. I was there at the beginning of my business, and I'm sure you've probably been there too. Maybe you're there right now, right? So what was happening is this client is showing up on these calls, and she's super like anxiety ridden of like, I need this client to sign up because I need money. I need to pay my bills. I need to pay my mortgage. I have this thing coming up, and like, I need to buy this and this and this for it, or my kids are like extracurricular activities or whatever, right? And so what do you think is happening when she's showing up on a call with a potential client? The potential client is connecting into this energy that she's emitting. And I talked a little bit about energy and emitting and attracting clients on my personal page on Facebook, so you can go to that and check that video out. There's a lot of great tips in there around energy and around client attraction around this specific topic, okay? So she was getting on the call, she was speaking to these potential clients, and as soon as the sales conversation, as soon as the conversation went into the sales arena to talk about, you know, this person maybe wants to work with her. Honey, I asked you to leave it alone. I asked you not to touch it, right? I don't want to have to ask you more than once, honey. So please get off, because I do not want you to cut yourself. Get down. The life of a mompreneur, and I don't like that word. I am an entrepreneur, and I am a mother too. Anyways, so what was I going on there about? So as soon as the conversation went into the like sales arena, she got like really tense about it. And she's like, oh my God, like I really need this client to sign up. I really need this money. Maybe this client can't afford it. And her ego is spinning, right? Her ego is saying all these different things. Motherhood must be stressful. It's not. It teaches you patience. It teaches you a lot of patience to really remain compassionate and remain in your power and not freak out when things don't go your way, or when your children are basically playing with something that is going to cut them. So anyways, so we got into the realization of this. Instead of coming from a place of like, how can I get something? How can I get something? How can I get something? Coming from a place of like, how can I serve this person, right? Money is a tool to fund your desires. Money comes from one place and one place only, and that's source. That's God, whatever you want to call it. I am, all that is, the divine, whatever you want to call it. Money comes from one source. The bank is not your source. Your parent is not your source. Your spouse is not your source. Your clients are not your source. Money comes from one place and one place only. And when you get into action, and when you serve, and when you come from a heartfelt place of really deep compassion for this person that you're on the phone with, of really desiring to support this person, and as long as it's a fit and you guys are driving together and you feel like you can genuinely help this person, and this person wants to be helped and wants to do the work, you get into trust and you get into faith about the right clients. The ideal clients are going to show up for you, and when they're ready to invest, they're going to invest, and you trust and you have faith that God and the universe are going to provide for you. There is nothing slow moving about God, okay? When your bills need to get paid, when your mortgage needs to get paid, when you need to go to the grocery store and buy groceries and fill your fridge, it's done when it needs to get done, okay? This is the difference between lack mentality and abundance mentality. This is the difference between wanting something to get something, and serving and giving. You've heard me talk about that before at the first story about this client and the attracting relationships that aren't really working for them. They want to consistently get something. Stop, please. No, they want to consistently get something, and they have to give to get, right? They just give and then they receive. So there's this cycle that happens, right? So when we're constantly giving, it's just the cycle of energy that plays out here. It goes out and then it comes back in. It goes out and it comes back in. But there's no selfishness involved. There's no like, what am I getting out of this transaction? It's just like pure love, compassion, and giving. Okay. So you heard me talk about love and relationships, health, and wealth. Now, there's one more key piece here that I want to talk about, and all three of these, give, and you need to also be positive. Yeah, totally. Being positive, showing gratitude. You heard that in the second story about health. You know, my colleague really showing gratitude for her body, and really changing her perspective and changing her focus. I'm talking a lot about that here, of changing your perspective and where you're putting your focus and how you're seeing something and how you see the world and how you see yourself within this world and interacting with other people as well. So the fourth thing here that I really want to share with you, and you heard me say it actually before, is the thing that we're really seeking. This number one thing that is going to set you up for success and up leveling in your life and your business is happiness. Is fulfillment, is this deep-seated need within us that we were designed to grow. We were designed to experience, to have a humanistic experience. We are a spiritual being in a human body having a very third-dimensional human experience with people. And the whole reason, the whole purpose of life, maybe you've heard me talk about before, is to experience, is to know ourselves more. And so when we get into communication with other people, we're learning that much more about ourselves. We're learning that much more about other people, and therefore learning that much more about ourselves. And this whole purpose to this is to grow and to expand. Much like the tree or the seed that's planted in the ground, as long as it's watered, as long as it's nurtured, and as long as it has sunlight, its sole purpose, its sole mission is to reach for the sun, to grow, to push roots into the ground and to grow up. It doesn't contemplate its mission. It doesn't think about its mission. It doesn't judge its mission. It doesn't look at the other flowers going, gee, how did you do that? It just does it because it's being nurtured. So as long, we are designed in the same way, right? So as long as you are nurturing yourself, as long as you are showing gratitude, as long as you are giving with an open heart and showing compassion for this world and loving your fellow man, you will grow, you will thrive, you will continue to change this world, you will continue to impact this world, you will continue to up-level in your life and in your business, you will continue to make mass amounts of money so that you are funding your dreams, so that you are funding your goals, and you are changing this world. I am all about global impact. I am all about supporting people that desire to change the landscape of our humanity as a whole across the globe. I'm not just talking about third world countries. I'm not just talking about America. I'm not just talking about Canada. I'm talking about across the globe, everywhere, changing humanity. I'm talking about bringing heaven to earth. I'm talking about fulfillment. I'm talking about happiness, okay? So when you feel happy within you, when you are really tapping into this place within you, that you are really connecting to your pure potentiality, that you are really connecting to what God has in store for you and what you're truly made of, this is what I'm talking about, growth and expansion. Awesome. Great to have you here. And so this is all about happiness and fulfillment. I'm writing actually a new book, and it's all around this. It's all around these 4 key pieces. And so if you're interested in being interviewed for this, I would love to connect with you. You can email me at questions@hollyabell.com. Email me, let me know that you would love to be interviewed for my new book, all around our greatest needs, all around tapping into your fulfillment and into your happiness. Send me an email, connect with me on Facebook, PM me if you want, send me a direct message. That works as well. And you can also go to my website, www.hollyabell, A-B-E-L-L. So it's Holly, ABELL.com. You can go to my website now, click on the link that says pre-order my free ebook. It's all around the ego. It's called Breakthrough. Befriend your ego, shatter your glass ceiling, and up-level your business. So go get yourself a copy of that. It's going to be released probably in the next couple days. What do I do for work? I am an intuitive life and business strategist. So I support entrepreneurs in breakthroughs. I support entrepreneurs in essentially discovering who you are, who you desire to be, implementing everything that you desire to implement, healing past wounds, creating really strong boundaries for yourself so that you're not ever feeling depleted or overwhelmed in the work that you're doing in this world. And the work that you're doing in this world is to impact this world, is to leave a legacy, to be quoted by others with your work, and to change the global landscape of our humanity all across the globe. So that is what I do in a nutshell. You can learn more about me at www.hollyabell.com. Connect with me on Facebook. Loving these hearts, loving connecting with you live here. Any questions, send me a PM. Have an awesome day. Remember, it is time for you to step up and step into your greatness, create a legacy, and impact this world for the better. Have an awesome day. Take care.